You can't ever assume that my relationship is on cruise control. Your marriage is something you have to work on every single day. Let me give you a quick example. Under the chuppah we say, may God bless the bride and groom like he blessed those in the Garden of Eden. That's a reference to Adam and Eve. Why do we refer to Adam and Eve by their address and not by their names? Because marriage is like a garden. What do you have to do to make your garden beautiful? You've got to invest blood, sweat, and tears. There's mosquitoes and all sorts of ungodly insects that are trying to eat you up, and there's weeds and there's pain. It's very painful to make a beautiful garden. But to make a garden ugly, you know what you have to do? All you have to do is nothing. Just sit back and relax, and it will destroy itself. So too is a marriage, Warren. Every marriage is like that. If you do nothing, it will self-destruct. But only if you work hard with blood, sweat, and tears. In the case of a marriage, it's wisdom, courage, and humility. Wisdom, courage, and humility. That's what's going to bring you to a beautiful marriage. But if you're going to rest back and relax, it's probably going to self-destruct. Marriage is like a garden. And therefore, our relationship with God is in exactly the same way. We can never become complacent. We've got to recognize and realize that in the same way that we have to work on our marriages and our relationship with our spouse, so too we have to work on our relationship with God. And in the same way that a small, awful comment to your wife is temporary divorce, so too a small sin with God is a temporary idol worship. And just like I would never serve idols, I would never defy God by serving idols. If I was conscious, I would never sin if I realized that. Same thing, a conscious husband, a conscious spouse will never insult his spouse, will never hurt his or her feelings. Because I would never divorce my spouse, I love him too much. But we're just not conscious when it comes to the temporary divorce moments when we hurt each other's feelings. And what Tanya is telling us is to raise our consciousness, to be present and to realize you're either in drive or reverse, you're either moving forward or backward. You're either having an intimate moment or a divorce moment. Make sure that you're having an intimate moment, because if you're going to give a cutting insult, you're having a divorce moment, then you'd be willing to do anything to avoid a divorce of the spouse that you love.